It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Mayegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo. Mayegun diary political, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo. Mayegun diary political, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo. And people make you shout, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo. Mayegun diary political, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo. Mayegun la mamo, la mo do. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun la mamo.
Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary. Gbogbo ṣe ń lọ ní Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary.
So tonight, before we get started, okay, I want you to confirm that the picture is clearer enough, as well as the audio, the voice. So let me know how it looks like. Your hand. I've taken out some few things that used to contribute to the lagging of the videos. So you can tell me before we get fully down to the Take your time to read the caption of the broadcast, the description as well, and possibly you can make your own contribution afterward, okay? It's gonna be interesting.
Lórí Facebook. And yes, we like lórí YouTube. Àní ẹ̀sùn láti. Wọ́n bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn láti. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
If everything is sounding right, on your own device there, on your screen, TV, or wherever you're watching from right now, then we are good to go. Share the broadcast, like the broadcast, and invite others too, because MaiyegunsDiary.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Ayé ẹ̀sùn láti. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Ayé ẹ̀sùn láti. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Ayé ẹ̀sùn láti. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn láti. Ayé ẹ̀sùn láti. MaiyegunsDiary.
Good evening to you once again. Good afternoon to you. Good morning to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live. So, the wahala in Nigeria, as they say, they finish. This time around, the wahala is coming from some, expected but not yet expected, areas, I would say, and they are already contributing to the already heated policy. But the first part that we have to treat today is the breaking news that, despite the fact that the Nigerian university lecturers, university workers, and students are currently at home because Nigeria is broke and Nigeria cannot afford to pay the ASU. But like many other ridiculous things, or things that look so ridiculous or sound ridiculous to us, done by APC, Buhari. The news came that in February this year, just before the start of the current ASU strike, Buhari's government, right, officially through a memo, without the approval or the consent of the National Assembly, as if it's matter. I mean, they don't really matter, right? Buhari sent 1.14 billion naira to buy just about 8 vehicles for the Niger Republic officials in Niger Republic. So this has now been confirmed, by the way. When it first broke as Nigeria is, Niger Republic kind of have a special place in the heart of Buhari and APC. Now, this memo was sent by the President of Nigeria, Buhari, requesting the Accountant General, ordering the Accountant General to release this sum to a particular company that would then supply 8 SUVs. The account number is there, the company name is there, the approval, everything is there. So the finance minister of Nigeria came out today to confirm that yeah, indeed, it was the approval of the president, because the Niger Republic government pleaded with Buhari that, please, we want to buy the 2022 SUV Jeep, but we don't have money. Can you help us? And it didn't take time. So for some of you who probably would like to know, what kind of cars are we talking about? We're talking about this. Okay. So this is a Land Cruiser, Toyota Land Cruiser 2022. That is 8 of them were bought with your money and then shipped down to Niger Republic. It is also under this APC, Egbekegbe, that despite the financial crunch, despite the endless, borrowing, which has contributed to the collapse of your naira, the government of APC, Egbekegbe, under Rotifmi, Amechi, they decided that they wanted to construct railway from Kano to Maradi along the deserts into Niger Republic. Ordinarily, you would think this is a bilateral deal where Niger Republic will pay part of the money, Nigeria will pay part of the money. No. Buhari's government, the name of Nigeria, decided, in the name of all of you, decided to go and, to go borrowing so that Nigerians can continue to go sorrowing. $6.5 billion loan to construct rail line from Kano to Maradi. Do you know that the entire trade between Nigeria and Niger Republic a year is not up to $1 million? But Niger Republic, since this APC, Egbekegbe came in, has become the 37th state of Nigeria. This is Buhari's contribution. Many states in northern Nigeria and their state governors who are currently battling, if they were anyway, or should I say producing poverty, because I can't say they are battling poverty, producing poverty in multifold. Many of them in their budget, assembly, in their different status of assembly, they debate budget that has to do with Niger Republic. Many of them have been buying, cars, sending money, buying weapons. And the only thing that Niger Republic seems to be contributing to Nigeria is terrorism, where they said that they are working with Nigeria to end terrorism. Since APC, Egbekegbe came in, terrorism from that Sahel has become tenfold of what they were. So what is that thing about Niger Republic? Nigeria has, Nigeria's transportation problem, as big as they claim that Nigeria is, you won't believe it. It is one of the countries in the world that is never connected by train. And it is deliberate. Also, in Nigeria, as big as Nigeria is, Nigerian government deliberately, rogues and criminals, past and present, deliberately kept just one single pot, one single one, for entire 220 million people. Meanwhile, there are many other open, sea across southern Nigeria, but their locations, they don't want development there. So to the deserts, where nothing. Meanwhile, in the commercial heart center of Nigeria, southern Nigeria, right? From Lagos to eastern Nigeria, traveling down, this is how they made that too. They made they made the Lagos port as the only official entry seaport in Nigeria. Since after the Nigeria Civil War. So they felt like if they should allow all the seaports, dredge the River Niger, allow the Oron port, go to all those places and open them up, right? They believe that this time around, if Biafrans should ask for Biafra or decide to go to war with Nigeria, they would have access to sea. They will have, they will be controlling everything there, and Nigeria may lose a lot. So they decided to block the progress of an entire region because of that. So rather than get and what has that contributed, right? It has contributed further into the unemployment pool of Nigeria, but they don't care. But in that same Nigeria, with credit crunch, they were able to go to the EU, the European Union. Can you please borrow us $6.5 billion? We want to construct rail line through the deserts to go and bring to go and bring their terrorists more. Now, terrorists won't have to travel days in the desert to get to Nigeria. They won't need camels. They won't need all that. All they would need to do is wait for the rail line, and they can just transport them straight down. All right? Now, that's not just that, too. Many Nigerians, the people of Niger Republic, many of them, they have your voter's card. That same Nigeria voter's card that you are holding, right? So, as Nigeria is concerned, you see all this, like some of their governors have told you, Nigeria is considered as their country too. But you who are claiming you're one Nigeria, breaking your head here and there, they give no damn about you, and you know it. Now, this is one of the proof, by the way. The Buhari dipped his hand in your national treasury and dole out that 1.14 billion naira. That's exactly what he did as well. If you remember, when the Taliban took over government in Afghanistan, the same Buhari dipped his filthy jihadist hand and fingers into your collective patrimony, and he deducted $5 million, packaged the money, cash, put it on a private plane, fueled by you, and they shipped it down to the terrorists in Afghanistan. Were you alarmed? Of course not. Now, the ruins of APC, Egbekegbe, is about to catch up with everyone. I will explain this the best way even me as a layman understands it. And I hope you will then understand where they have brought you, where they are taking you, and ask yourself, do you really want to continue to be part of that? Let's take it one after the other. They have destroyed Nigeria. Economically, they have finished Nigeria. And I'll tell you, you see all the result of what you are seeing out there: joblessness, increased in crime, increased in human rights abuses, and then all that stuff. They are just the primary symptoms of what a failed country is. And you are going to feel it even more. This is not about, wishing you doom. I will break it down for you, okay? Nigeria depends on importation. And the reason why Nigeria Forex, Nigeria Naira will continue to crash, since you don't produce anything, you import 80% of what you consume in Nigeria, including food. They may tell you stories. These people are growing this one are doing that, this factory is this, that. They are lying to you. Statistically, you are losing more under this roguish government. Now, for example, in 2022, the first quarter of 2022, we have 4 quarters in a year. The first quarter is the first 3 months of the year. The second quarter is the second 3 months. But guess what? Nigeria had a foreign reserve of $42 billion when this APC, Egbekegbe, took over government of Nigeria. And do you know that today, the balance of your money in that foreign reserve is now less than $15 billion? So what does that tell you? I will explain. Nigeria depends mainly on importing virtually everything. Therefore, they will need and always constantly need Forex, dollars. Every day they have to find it. How do you get dollars? Nigeria usually rely on the crude oil sale, okay? Like if the crude oil sale is good and there is no corruption, every penny sold, the royalty paid to Nigeria is remitted as at when due, right? That will cushion the effect of the shortages of that your Forex. Now, your NNPC, in the last from the beginning of this year, that they have been selling crude oil, barrel of crude oil, for over $100. Yeah, your NNPC in Nigeria is yet to remit $1 single to the Central Bank of Nigeria. Now, this is where they are now cooking the book. That is why even if they are lying to you, when you go out there, you realize that there is no amount of lies that is going to hide the destruction they have already done, the damages they have done. Because if they deny, you can feel it. And listen, it's going to get worse. This is what happened. The Central Bank of Nigeria is cooking figures to cover up the NNPC. Okay, that is where, if to say many of you know what they have done, right, you are not going to be asking for an election, because in the next 2-3 months, I'm sorry, in the next 6 months, rather, the remaining 2 quarters of 2022, Nigeria is going to go bankrupt. Many of you will go to shops and you will not be able to see your usual common perishable things. You know what I mean? Few things, normal things that you buy, sugar, salt, soap, oil, and all those things, including medicine, you will begin to find them. They will begin to go off the shelf soon. Why? Nigeria can no longer meet the, the import payments to fund their importation anymore. This is it. Currently, the balance of account, the balance in your foreign account right now, is less than 15 billion. So if Nigeria does spent 5.9 trillion naira on importing goods, so it simply means Nigeria they changed 5.9 trillion naira in the first 3 months of 2022. They changed 5.9 trillion naira to dollars, right? Now, because your naira has nothing to back it anymore, what they have not been telling you as well, right, is this. The oil theft in Niger Delta has now tripled. Before these rogues came in, Nigeria was said then to be was at capacity to to produce 3 million barrels of crude oil every day. But due to incessant attacks, vandalism, and the rest, that production was cut down to somewhere around 1.8 million per day. So Nigeria, therefore, was almost struggling to meet the OPEC quota. They give quota to oil-producing countries that you will give us this into the market. You will give us this into the market. Nigeria continued to dwindle. You know what happened? Vandalism, oil theft, bunkering, all those cut down oil production in Nigeria. But since this APC, Egbekegbe, came in, I was reading it some times ago, right? They said that the oil production in Nigeria has collapsed to the point that it is now hovering between 800,000 barrels and 1.3 million barrels. You get what I mean now? Now, let me explain that to you in a layman. You know what I mean? What that simply means is this. Your NNPC, the only source that NNPC has to get enough Forex, get paid in dollars, yeah? At least to then use that to back the naira. How do you do that? You know, when you want to trade with anyone and they know that you have a foreign reserve that is well above $100 billion. To them, if your currency, or let me say, if your currency by any chance should fail, they believe that their business is safe because you can go somewhere and pay them. That is your foreign reserve. But Buhari's government have depleted all of that. They have cut down Nigeria credit rating. The lenders are already abandoning Nigeria, not willing to give them anything. That's why China is giving them that. Now, since NNPC refused to remit any payments, therefore, Nigeria needed money. How would Nigeria get money? Now, what have they been doing? They started their borrowing. Imagine during this oil boom, before they took over, they said PDP wasted 16 years and they did not save money. Abi? But when they took over, the balance in PDP, then they were able to keep what they called excess crude sale money. Excess crude sale money is the money that is like extra from what Nigeria budgeted to sell crude oil, but they sold it more than that. For example, when if Nigeria budgeted that crude oil is going to be maybe $70, so they can then use something called benchmark, a benchmark of maybe $60. That means plus or minus, right? They will be able to sell crude oil at $60, and the money from it, they can use it to fund their budget. That's how it works, Abi. So benchmark. So during PDP time, Obasanjo time, right? They had a benchmark of, for example, now $40 per barrel. Then oil boom came. They were selling crude oil at $100 per barrel, $120 per barrel. What Obasanjo did then was not to share all the money. They went ahead with their plan, take out the $40 plan, and what amount is that and what is left? What was left is called excess crude account. Some people called it a sovereign wealth fund, but I believe it's excess crude account, ECA. So PDP were putting the money away and they were using the rest to do whatever they wanted to do. When this APC, Egbeke came in, yeah, they met $7.5 billion in that account. $7.5 billion. That's how much they met. Then they added $350 million to it from excess crude sale. They celebrated it. We added money to it, this and that. Today, if you ask them, how much is the balance of that excess crude account? It is under $300,000 from $7.85 billion in 7 years. So they have no money. They have to go out there and start and go to lenders. We need money to fund our budget. We need money to pay for this. We need money. Can you do this for us? Our oil sale can no longer fund that. Okay, fine. We'll give you the money. But here is the condition, okay? If we give you $1, right, we are exchanging it for 500 naira because you have nothing to back your money up anyway. And you need this Forex so badly, don't you? They say, yeah, we do. So they went borrowing, and between 2015 and 2022, they have already borrowed over $80 billion. Quote me. Over $80 billion. That is not all. They also started printing money because that was not enough, right? They started printing money. Remember, they were supposed to be selling oil. Oh. They were supposed to be remitting money from the sale of crude oil. Oh. They were collecting taxes from you. They were collecting their custom duty and all of those money they are collecting everywhere, oh. Right? But they were not enough. They had to ask Emefiole to start printing money. So Central Bank of Nigeria became the lender to Buhari's government. Guess how much Emefiole printed? See, this is not, oh, we have money, oh yeah, give them money. No, 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 no. Go and print more money. Do you understand what that means? So they printed money. This is not like, oh, let us tax the people and gain more money and use it. No, 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 no. It wasn't enough. Emefiole printed over 19 trillion naira in 7 years for Buhari. Many of you don't know that, Abi. They are talking about national debt, this or that debt. They are bamboozling you with figures, Abi. They have finished you. You have no idea. Emefiole was printing money for them. And they were sharing that. State government, so all the state governors, commission, all of, they are sharing the money. Today, what Nigeria has as their foreign reserve, less than $15 billion, can no longer guarantee the payment for importation for another 6 months. This is how. It's a report, is out there right now. So that's to tell you that you may not understand how economy works. Even me, I never understood how it works. But I'm beginning to understand them so well that I live in a place where if they take 1 penny from my bank, I always want to figure out why. Than for them to take 10 pounds from my bank, government, I want to know why and what for. And what is my benefit for you taking that money from me? So if they turn around and say inflation, what is inflation? If you don't understand it, things are going to go up by so percentage. Okay, then what happened to my income? My income is also going to be depleted by so percentage. Then what is my benefit? Those are the things that I have come to understand. So if you don't understand how economy work, I just depend to you now. When they do all that roguish things there, you who don't spend dollars, of course, you know they spend dollar. I mean, a dollar you spend for Niger. You are not spending dollars. You're not spending pound sterling. That's what your politician tells you. Then how come that even the woman where they sell pepper, okay, no. What else? What can somebody be selling that you believe that it shouldn't be affected now? Is because you don't know how economy work. I will explain it to you a little bit for you to understand what they have done to you now. 5.9 trillion naira spent on importation in the first quarter of 2022. They've spent similar in the quarter of second quarter of 2022. With what they have as a balance, you will wake up soon and you realize that the balance in the foreign reserve of Nigeria is less than 1 billion. Then that's bankruptcy, because Nigeria will no longer meet all their financial. When I say Nigeria, I'm talking about all of you, banks, bankers, businessmen, businesswomen, traders, importers, exporters, all of you, students going abroad for all of this stuff, everything will turn red. Complete red. Not just that, and before you know it, it will turn dark, total dark. I will explain. You know they spend dollar. True. These rogues, they put so much pressure on your central bank for their gluttonous taste for this dollar, pound sterling, or this money. To the point that they have a policy that those who are running businesses are exchanging Forex with ridiculous exchange rates. But politicians, they have their own rates. Yes. They do. Now, as a business, let us start from your cooking gas, kerosene, diesel, petrol. Let's start with those four first. All of them are imported. And those who are importing them, before they could pay those who do the job abroad and those who will transport the whole thing down to Nigeria for you, they will first have to go and change your dollar, naira, to whatever currency then. So which means when all of these things land in Nigeria, gas, you want to cook, you go buy gas. You want to drive, or you want to drive your car, you go buy petrol. You want to power your factory, you will buy diesel. No be so? Now, when you go there to buy and you have your money, this week you go out, you want to buy petrol. They say 148 naira per liter. You pay for 50 liters. Fine. I don't know how much that would be in your naira, so I'm not good in mathematics, right? But I'll use a round figure. 50 liters, and you pay, let's say, 5,000 naira. Then you come back next week. You bought it for how much? 5,000 naira. You go back. You have to put the cost of that 5,000 naira on whatever business you are using that diesel for. Abi? Diesel today is 800 naira, Abi 900 naira, Abi 1,000. I don't know yet. Now, let's say your own business is, food canteen. So you just bought small petrol, 2,500 naira. Pour them inside your big generator. Then you also went to the market. How much is the bag of gari now? It is 10,000, man. This whole thing, we bought it for 9,000 naira last week. It's changing, man. It's now 10,000. Okay, give us 2. Yeah, we want to buy. How much is a bag of rice now? It's 28,000 naira, ma. Import is fine. Is it okay? 20,000. Something we used to buy for 8,500. Okay, give me. Now, what would then happen is this. The way you also go there, I'm using rice, I'm using other things now because I want to use food canteen. Remember, sometimes you believe that the rest of the thing, maybe na cow, maybe na oil to cook, maybe na the pepper to cook, should be all of them in Nigeria. Nobody say they import them, Abi. I'm coming. By the time they now bring everything that is included in what actually eventually produced that, prepare that dish of, that plate of soup, the Madame Olonje, Mama Olonje, would have to, before they serve you that first portion, before they give you that first morsel, that first portion of eba, Mama Olonje will now sit down and say, okay, how much did I pay for that? How much did I pay for this? So you see all of those things that came into that place that she's paid for, she will factor them into what they will serve you. Now then they will come serve you. You will say, rice is 200. They can no longer even feel person anymore. Which kind of country is this? Are they importing pepper? You know why? Mama Olonje will likely have to pay her house rent. She will pay for the school fees of her children, right? She will also probably still buy food to feed her children too. And as you are paying for what do they call her? As you are paying to manage your life, Iyalonje will also factor everything that has to do with us too on her business. And that's how the whole thing trickles down. That's how it trickles down. And it starts from that up, where those who are making the policies that are making them for their own selfish gain are not considering you, and you thinking they are thinking of you, but you have no idea that they are not. Or maybe you do, and you prefer to make it up that they are actually thinking of you, but they are not. So economics, they have a name for it. You see that downfall driver that suddenly increased the transport fare from 100 naira to 300 naira. And you are wondering, we can not get there now. She be now only 10 naira, be now only 15 naira. They increase the petrol. Which one is you increase? Because he knows. The driver knows that from what you will pay, they will charge you, is what he is going to use to pay for the fuel again. Is from it is going to pay his own landlord, who probably also have his own children, who are also students. Like, that's how economy works. So everybody will have to factor in their own situation as the thing they trickle down. So who made all of that happen? The roguish criminal politicians, APC, Egbe, they did you bad. Their policies and others, how they will kill and kill and kill the sense of reason in you if you don't wake up, as they say. This is not about let us wish so and so well. No. Buhari and APC, they don't wish Nigeria well. Everything is finished. When they ask them, how do we get out of this mess, for God's sake? How do we get out of this whole thing? Give us a solution. Emefiole, come. What can you do? They said that the reason why the Naira is crashing is because some people are selling them in the black market. At first, they said it was because some trees in Abuja are giving shade to Bureau de change. So they cut down hundreds of trees just to bring back the Naira. They did all of that lying to you lying to you. And you see all these lies, they are about to catch up with them. And that is why they said they don't think they are planning any election in 2023. They are planning an escape in 2023. And therefore, the only person they are handing the rest of the dead what do you get the dead country to is those who are those who are now fighting themselves, tearing themselves, and in fact, using the same thing APC Egbekegbe used in 2014-2015, tribal division, religious division, ethno-religious the campaigns and the rest of that, to keep people divided and continue to think maybe na their sins they make them suffer. No be your sin they make you suffer like that. Oh, maybe not your sins. It's your sins. It could be sins because some of you are still hell-bent in forcing this contraption on yourselves for another, God knows, generation again. They have finished Nigeria. I don't know how to say it better. I don't know. You need your economy, don't you? You do. They have handed over your defense to terrorists in Nigeria today. Nigeria can no longer defend you. You know that. You are just a minute, an hour, a day, a week, a month away from disaster that Boko Haram has brought upon you. If you don't see it, I am imploring you to begin to look at it. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm not so much economist, but I've dropped some details here that if you actually really care right now, you should be thinking. I actually want you to start thinking. If you care, nobody say everybody care, but if you do, begin to think. This APC, Egbekegbe, they are not done. They have the last joker. And that last joker, with what I know, it is to spell the final doom. And for Tifnumbu and his own hired and paid agents, as they say they are, if they are being honest, if they are being truthful, trust me, they would not be dissipating their energy, their resources in trying to further burn down Nigeria, burn Nigerians, burn everything that could be burned as long as they will remain in power. They will probably have a rethink in this case. You know what happened there? There's something I'm gonna check out. Right. Yesterday, something popped up. And I was actually reading that I didn't know, or should I say I didn't expect the backlash that eventually followed. It was a guy called Sam Omotseye or so. I'm coming on. I'm going to go look for him. Omotseye. So he published one thing. Let me say something quickly before I even get to that. If you pay attention to how the rogues who have held Nigeria captive for long, or those who anticipated to do so, if you want to see those who have succeeded, at least to this point, and those who didn't succeed as well anyway, but few that succeeded, they ensured that they built a system, a patronage system, a system that if you want to be part of it, to benefit from it, you must be patronizing enough, no matter how blind or whatever it is that they do, right? For the sake of, for the sake of the cause, you must be patronizing enough. Therefore, you will get your reward, like appointment, money, different gifts, things that you probably fancy. But in the long run, you would have to remain submissive, subjective to all their whims and caprices, the controls. So what they did was that many of the rogues in Nigeria, what they did is they invested in social no, don't let me use social. I want to find a name for it. They invested in the, I think I'll use social, even if it's not really tally to it, but I'll explain further. They tried to infiltrate every institution, right? Every institution, media, business, and they, in fact, invested in some of those things in order to give the public, the public picture or image of them speaking on behalf of the people. So they create platforms that, for example, media. Tifnumbu studied this very well. It was Nnamdi Azikiwe, the great Zik of Africa, as well as late Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the sage. They realized how potent and useful, powerful the media can be, radio, print, including TV, in driving ideas, right, that can get so many people to have you on their side, because they will think you are on their side. I mean, if you have a platform that help the people to criticize the government, won't people see you as one of their own? I know many of you will see me as one of your own now, okay? But if I want to be like Awolowo and co., this is how they were doing it. They had their platform where their ideas and every wrong things in the society that people should reflect upon were being shared and discussed as far back as 1940s. That is why when Awolowo had the chance, he started the Nigerian Tribune. It was initially Western Tribune or so that they can use that to reach mass number of people who would then have to follow the ideas. So Tifnumbu, the next person who also did that was Obafemi, of MKO Abiola, Chief MKO Abiola. MKO Abiola started the Concord. Usually, when you see their media platforms set up by politicians like that, they call them propaganda platform, but they are very, very potent and useful historically. Tifnumbu tapped into that. What did Tifnumbu do? When he got the money? Since when he was doing his heroin peddling and money laundering in America, in Chicago then, yeah? He saw a chance of cleaning up politics. When you make small money from dirty money, just go to politics. You can clean it up. So he had friends, journalists that he was giving money to. They were writing about the Abacha, Nadeko, this and that, criticizing. He even gave money to set up what is called Radio Kudirat, which Kayode Fayemi, the outgoing governor of Ekiti, was the director. What was the message? They were messaging and massaging the ego of the Yorubas, telling them of who they are. Maybe not like I'm doing right now, because they had agenda then. Agenda was to seize power, lie to the Yorubas, and then take power in Nigeria and abandon the Yoruba ideology, and then just go national. Who no like them, making no like them. Today they are billionaires, are they not? They are billionaires. They also have some few feathers to their caps. Former governor, senator, minister, all those names at the back of the trusting Yoruba people. But they use media. When Tifnumbu became governor, opportunity, he started the Nation newspaper. He quickly chased away the Lagos State Polytechnic that was in Ekosiketu. Sele, you know that place in Ekosiketu? They chased them away. He bought the place, he claimed the place, and he gave it to TVC, his own TV station. What were they doing? They were there to help shape the ideas, opinion of people along what they tagged progressives. The progressives, which we know them later as well. That was where they managed to pluck some hungry hungry writers, journalists, here and there, they put them there. Their job is to make sure that the image of Tifnumbu is continuing to be polished. Have to polish it clean, no mess anything around. So now 2022, where Tifnumbu know well again, where the man know too well. Wala Conde, young people who witnessed the NSAS killings in Lagos, they said they will. If to say na one thing they go do, where they not go do again. Now for them to just make sure say this this man we be saying no be president. He had the capacity to call the soldiers, by asking the weary Sanwo-Eku Adegator, Governor Point and Kill Lagos, to call killers to come and murder young people who are harmless. Because the rumor then was that he was the one sponsoring the NSAS. To prove to them that he was not the one, he said they should kill them, and they killed over 100 of them. The following day, the same Tifnumbu was asking, what were they doing there? Then Tifnumbu's dogs, we have all the videos, how they mobilized their thugs to go and attack the protesters and all of that. All the videos, all the pictures, everything. When their thugs and their touts, when they gone rogue and they started robbing shops and all of that, before we know it, then the rumor broke out that they have been hoarding palliatives in Lagos. In fact, some honorable members in the Lagos Sectors of Assembly, they themselves have collected the COVID-19 palliative. They have repackaged them and they are now presenting them as a birthday souvenir. Now, so Lagos exploded. Today, when you see an average Lagos Sababaku, and okay, that's another thing. In Yoruba land, many of us who are actually like a real, me, as you see me, so I'm a real Lagosian, okay? Them born me for Lagos. Them born my mama for Lagos. Them born my papa for Lagos. These are old people, right? My papa became successful in Lagos. He built houses in Lagos. He lived a very comfortable life before he died in Lagos, right? He was a landlord. He was a tenement rate payer. He was a taxpayer. He was one of those that Tifnumbu robbed of good life when Tifnumbu was the governor. So in Lagos, we used to say, look at this one where they collect Owoile here. You, Kabiru, where come from Ogbomosho, come they claim Owoile in Lagos. That's what we be for that time when we were growing up. So today, you will now see one we call them Araoke then. They are now telling you to go back to your state because of Tifnumbu. Many of them, they have never been to Lagos themselves. So some of them, if they go to Lagos, trust me, they have nowhere, they have nobody there. That we in fact actually say, welcome, sleep here. Some of them, if they ever come to that your Lagos. Give me a sec. Some of them, if they enter Lagos with their, what do you call it, with their Jegburu and all of that, from Oshogbo, from everywhere they come from, they are just quarters in Lagos. But today, with the smartphone, anybody that says anything, say na this Lagos be this, no be the Lagos be this, no be this same Lagos, you go to hear them, they tell you, say, go back to your state. What about your state? Now them now, because of Tifnumbu, now them, they call people the Omo Oniles, the Omo Onile, Omo Olonos. You know what they call me? If you don't know Baderos, if you don't know Baderos, maybe you should go and ask of a Baderos. You may know me as Mayegun. If you know the Baderos, then you will know that when you talk of Lagos, we are one of those, the first comers. Yes, we are. So then you now look at it, then that's not just me, that's me, a Yoruba man, who says, how could you make a thief, a near crippled thief? How could you then turn around and say, this thief that depleted with his group, depleted Yoruba land, turn many of you to unemployable youth? Some of you don't know. We know. Some of you, it is not just that you are unemployed. some of you, if not majority of you, you are unemployable. Who destroyed the education? Who destroyed the economy? Who destroyed the family value? Who destroyed everything that should make you reason like human being? These criminals. 22 years is enough to destroy the psyche of any human being that these guys get hold of. And some of you today, you are educated, but you are illiterate. You are unemployed. Not just that, you are unemployable. All thanks to the people who actually groomed you to become haters, to become blind bats, to become ungrateful inhuman, ungrateful humans. Now, I'm saying all of this because me, I'm a Yoruba man, and I can see clearly. I can see very, very clearly. And I will never be one of those to be hoodwinked, blackmailed. If you want blackmail me as a Yoruba man, make a use sentiment. Don't blackmail me for a sick person. Don't. Do that for somebody that is sound. So that I can say, Mayegun, you self look calm now. Hey, Mayegun, share this one, know what time ni. I know say you know too like this, but share this one, know what time ni. Then I go say, I be Yoruba. I don't go, come on, man. We say this to you because we know what they have done. Now, you now look at the Igbos. Do you know how many Igbos that are more Lagosians than many of you Weris? Many of you Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris. Many of you this, what do you call it? The crumb eaters, crumb chasers, ass lickers, all risers. Many of these Igbos that you are talking about, they are more Lagosians than you. Their grandparents came to Lagos. Their parents were born in Lagos. They were born in Lagos, school there, have businesses there, built houses there. But you olori buruku agbero like Tifnumbu. You can look around because of politics. The same you that are chasing as Emeka they chase for lake. You Sunday, Abina Bayo. Now you they do the link for them. Politics no day. Igbo man no be your enemy. Is he? Uche they chase for lake. Bayo be the middleman. Abi? Bayo they chase Uneka. Abi Nena. Abi Chioma. Now Uche be the middleman. Una they run things in your community in your different ways there. But when politics comes, all this Araoke. Look at them very well. Click their location, click their names. They are mostly not, they are majorly not from that Lagos, but they will say they are Yoruba. Therefore, if they see you as, if they see any Igbo name, is an enemy. Sheti Shoribu. We are saying it to you now because we know the fathers and grandfathers of ethnic politics. We know the pioneers, and we know those who have been funding divisive ethnic, religious politics. There are no other people than Tifnumbu and his gang. Guess what? If you think you are an Igbo, or you are an Hausa, or you are not a Yoruba, and you are saying something about Tifnumbu, and you see all these Oshins, they start attacking you, and the rest of that, they are doing it to other Yorubas too, because they know that Yorubas, the real Yorubas, they know Tifnumbu very well. And he is about to be served. That delicious delicacy called breakfast is coming. Yorubas are not daft. We are not, you may see some of us who have become so, and that's general anyway, in Nigeria, where divisive politics and the rest of that have become the order of the day. Abi? Yorubas are generally accommodating. We don't play dirty politics. We don't play all this nonsense. But because the worst of us are representing us, now it make many of you think these rogues actually represent or speak for Yoruba people. But sooner or later, all this mess will be cleared. All this haggling or whatever will be cleared. You will get to know the Omo cause from the Omo Alis. Those who turn Yoruba land to darkness, who turn Yoruba land to what it is today. You will never reward them with your tribalism, with your bigotry, with your religious fanaticism, and the rest of that are crippling into our system today. All for what? Because you won't become president of Nigeria. Abi? Ashojua. Now, I must say, yeah, one of those people that some of you grew up reading the articles like people who had sense. I want more. That's what we call them. The real owners of Lagos are watching you and they are shaking their heads. Say, look at this one telling me that this, but we'll come back to that. Now, I must say, yeah, you can't publish something in the name of Tifnumbu, right? Now, this one will be say, I am in any way endorsing your obedient or obedient or obedience. They gave you different names. And on MaiyegunsDiary political, I know all those names too. They call you obedient. That's one you like. Very lovely. You love that. They call you obedient. I mean, they call you that one. Like them, and I know. Others, they call you obedience. It don't really matter. But when they play tribal, religious, and every other politics, and we see the same pattern, it is on us, all of us, not to look away. It is not politics. It is dirty. It is baiting. It is called gaslighting. It is part of the reasons why we are where we are today as a people from Nigeria. And people like these writers, they have the platforms where they will want to make sure that they continue to put these dirty thoughts in your head. So I want to read to you what Tifnumbu's editor, they said the guy now the editor of The Nation. When I was in Nigeria, yeah, when I was very young, not too young anyway, I was still young, I was about 18. How old would I be in 2020? I'm sorry, year 2001. If I was 10 years old in 1994, so that means I would be about 17 years to 18 years old in 2001, 2002. I have been buying newspaper since I was 15. Guess how much I did buy newspaper then? 25 naira. So later, it became 30 naira. Now only the Punch, they sell for 40 naira then. And for a while. So then The Nation, I love some of those. That's how they managed to, that's what they did though. I have been buying newspapers, right? Because of columns, articles, and stuff like ideas, opinions, political opinions at the back, back page of The Nation, mostly The Nation. So if I don't see The Nation, I'll go and buy the Punch. Way back then. So I was reading all these ideas. That was when I got to know more about Nigerian politics, past and present, events and stuff. So they are putting all those, yeah, including this guy. So I paid a lot to Tifnumbu newspaper. Ọlọ́run máa gba owó mi yẹn lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Àìsàn ló máa fi wò. Àmì lágbára Ọlọ́run. Now, Omaseye wrote a very, very, very dangerous article. He is the editor. He edited it and approved it for publication. And he titled it Obituary. Make I go look for him. I won't read them. Obituary by Omaseye. When I read, I want to read them out so that you can possibly pick the what do they call them? The wordings just for the diary. Are you with me? So one moment. Omaseye obituary. So now they said that the obedient have responded, and when they responded, Baba Konde asked, say me Peter will be calling people to order. They don't they don't publish his obituary. Then say, oh, Master, yeah, don't die, oh. This guy, now one of these 61 years old useless people who have been lying. There are many too, lying to you. Nigeria, nothing you can do. All of you shouting on social media, and noise you are making. If you want to know, go and do this. You know, those people, all those old useless people that are advising you on social media, telling you that there's nothing you can do. It's going to be a thief coup. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. It's going to, you know what I mean? Like Yoruba nation is impossible. All of you go and sit down. Go and support if all those useless people. Some of them are abroad, Abby. Now they're like this and they think. But if you pay attention very well, they are those religious bigots, ethnic bigots. And they always use those ethnic religious bait in what they say, what they do, and all of that. But this generation should look beyond that too. If you fall into that, you are going to end up miserably. Yeah, you are going to end up a miserable person, like some of these old useless people in their 60s, championing for one Nigeria, telling you that as a young person, you are impatient. All of you are impatient. You don't even have respect. You should respect older people. If you see all these useless old people, no respect them all, because they are useless people. Because useless people, useless person, they grow old too. Sure, you get me now? Foolish people, criminals also grow old. So don't respect any weary because he's old. Now listen to. I want to read this out intentionally so that you can pick up. Some of you have seen it. I don't know, but the wordings, you can see how it is buried. You know that Peter Obi, the guy they disguise, is avoiding the IPOB. Like say, I beg, no spoil business for me. Oh, you people no spoil business for me. Oh, everybody agree, say, I be one Nigeria. Oh, no kuna no attach me to, you know what I mean? Even when they are killing people in Eastern Nigeria, P2B, they avoid, because you know, one say something, they go say, see, he's defending IPOB, is this or that, oh. But you see, because it is ethnic politics, religious politics, that are funded by your politicians to feed you dirty things that will continue to make you feel like, other people are unworthy because of their political, whatever it is. And it is them. And from that, they are going to do worse. They will plant all these dirty things in many Yoruba youths, so that many of them are going to be willing to commit crimes for these rogues in order to make sure that, their will come to pass. Listen to this. So, everything where I go to read, consider it as opinion. This is not a reporter. This is a columnist writing about another presidential candidate that is contesting for presidential post with his own boss. So when Tifnubu become your president, Omaseye will become your new Femi Oponu Adesina. So make una dey prepare for your Generians, septuagenarian, octogenarian rogues. Some of them then say, if you live long enough, you go realize, say, some of your heroes, them be villains, criminals. Just give them time. Make I read, though. I want to read word for word. Omaseye. Sam. His name is Sam Omaseye. Suddenly, these are the same criminals who are also writing about Sunday Igboho, writing about Nnamdi Kanu, writing about those who have stood up against this rotten system. They publish all this scathing, divisive piece out there. And then to water down every effort. In fact, they are also the people who do their best to bury the report of all the criminalities going on that many of you have become victims of. But you are not allowed to talk about them. Omaseye. Suddenly, according to said, suddenly, it is all quiet on the Eastern Front. It's referring to the IPOB. No street echoes or flag waving or mooning over a yellow sun is referring to the Biafran. So Omaseye is they say it's Ishekiri. Shit, now Ishekiri, Abi, where he come from? Ishekiri. Listen to one of the person who come from where Omaseye come from before I even start reading. We can take that one, drink tea. This guy is from the same place like Omaseye, so they think alike. Especially any of them who buy into this APC, Egbekegbe's poison. Now like this, then the reason, look at this one.
Tinubu does not need Southeast and South-South votes And if una not vote for him, it go be worse for now when he become president. Now, who give am numbers now? You say attempt to. So if people don't have seats, you better have seats now. Southeast and South, it does not need your vote. Tinubu does.
Stephanie, somebody said that, can you pass the message without insulting people? Have I hurt your feelings? Have I? Sorry. But if you know, say, the way that insult they come, it will affect your mental health. I beg you, log out. Save yourself the mental health wahala. Because now so I go they insult them. I am not insulting you. You know I'm not insulting you. Except if you are one of those I'm referring to. If you are not one of them, Abba, it no supposed to affect you. I know if you deliver the message without insults. Because everything about Nigeria is an insult to us. You don't know? Aha, okay. Now you do. So, word for word, like I said, tribal ethnic baiting. Okay? Suddenly, it is all quiet on the Eastern Front. No street echoes or flag waving or mooning over a yellow sun. No hooting or baying in public. The rabble no longer raves. Few wonder what happened to the Nnamdi Kanu crowd. Some may wonder if they are withering. The answer is before our eyes. The Biafran babblers are alive and well. They just swapped icons, rechristianed the shrines, and rewrote the rites. They left the prophet for a secular priest. He's referring to the Biafrans living in Nnamdi Kanu for Peter Obi. This is how they do debates, you know. It's called gaslighting. Okay, it's called gaslighting. Because the only thing is that he is an Igbo man. He wants to be president of Nigeria. Igbos are not wanted in Nigeria. They have proved it to them many times. They continue to as well. But because now that one strong Igbo man is making making a strong wave, let us remind the people that is an Igbo man. Let's remind the people that is a Biafran. Oh, so Oma Seye knew that the Biafrans wanted to leave, Abi, but he never really wrote anything about it and why they wanted to leave. But it is time to remind the people that, oh, it's a Biafran. Oh. The supporters supporting him, oh, they are not you Nigerians, so they are Biafrans. So it is called ethnic baiting or gaslighting. If you don't understand it in politics, pay attention. I said it again. Pay attention to the wordings, the words he used. I'm reading word for word. I'm reading for word for word. He said, they have changed their priests. They have had a switch of battle gear. Maybe it is not quiet. We can hear and feel the cacophony. The chants and caterwauling are everywhere, especially on the phones. The Twitter bees, the Instagram grimes, the Facebook freaks, they are alive and well. But they have not been at war at the side of their icon, who is gripping, God damn it, who is gripping in detention. That is him mocking Nnamdi Kanu. Then he said, it's farewell, Kanu. Welcome, Obi, at least until the new priest until the new priest Peter's out. They are at his worship. They embrace it because it does not, for the first time in years, feel like they are outside the mainstream. They are not falling foul of the law, not howling from the fringes. They have Peter Obi as their man. He is mainstream. He belongs not to the Masop or Kanu's assembly called IPOB. They can say they have a legitimate tribe and rhetoric. They may pretend to love Nigeria. They may claim to embrace INEC, cling to a political party no one in the police or DSS will harangue. But that is where it stops. They have transferred the temperament of their former master into the new. And they have not spared any incoherence, any lack of a finesse and threat and tantrums, any show of rabid, primitive cants, or any ululations. They have abused, caused, thrown imprecations. They have urged lies about their candidates. They have pelted lies about others. They have distorted material, right? Obi has turned out to be an excuse for even closet Biafrans to betray open emotions about Biafra without being accused of it. This includes intellectuals who did not show mercy to him while he reigned in Anambra as a Pharisaic chief executive. It is like wearing a color beneath another color. Obi has become a shelter for both miscreants and activists of the crowd. Obi knows this. He is happy to be their catharsis, to be their excuse for unfurling their bile at the system, for acting like revolutionaries. He is playing to it by acting as though he is the saint of Nigerian politics. Perhaps the purists of the Biafran cause are unhappy, and they unleashed a past video clip of Kanu on the social media. In it, Kanu lashes out at Obi as governor and stated what this essayist wrote about him over building a next supermarket while still the governor of Anambra. The video clip referred to him as a sort of a sexual being on the fringe. You can imagine an Aso Rock sweltering with rumps of the evil flesh. He's talking about women who serve the politicians. He called them Aso Rock, he called them rumps of the evil flesh. His so-called obedience know this, but it counts for little. They also know that this is the same Obi whose emissaries were intercepted while a governor at Apapa by then Police Chief Marvel Akpoibo with over 200 million cash. The matter became a cause celebrate with impeachment dangling until the timid State House of Assembly was on the take. This is the man they call stingy because he dared to spend on himself and his family. His wife being accused of spending 1.5 billion naira on tours. The man that admitted he placed Anambra money in his family accounts and was not ashamed to confess when confronted. He did not follow due process. This is the man who is speaking from both sides of his mouth for maintaining an offshore account while a governor. This is Obi, who claimed he saved money while pensioners were looking desperately at their graves. I can excuse those who think that being stingy is good for the economy because they are looking at how they run their family and personal finances. But no economy works in history by saving money. It stifles the economy. He has not been able to tell us how he will do it, which is true, per se. He hasn't really told anybody how he's going to do it. So, I know that. He said many things, gave examples, but nothing concrete. Well, and whether he has done it, but for what he's done is clear. We have proof of what he claimed that he's done, but not to Omasheye. We have no landmark in Anambra. Well, he said, Anambra State to attribute to him no enduring legacy. That's not true. Okay. If you talk about legacy and all of that, I bet, Omasheye is being economical with the truth there. So let's continue. He said, but this essayist can understand why Obi knows that the crowd that adores him will not question him. He is therefore using religion. Listen to this. So he said Obi is using religion as a bait. He is now on, after finishing with his ethnic, his people, after finishing with the Biafrans, this is him now moving on to the religion part now, okay? He said, Obi knows, he said, he is therefore using religion as a bait. He is now on a weekly pilgrimage to churches. Jonathan did the same. The pastors, ever opportunistic. See him as a darling. He is visiting a sectional hall of pews. This is the man who divided the church in Anambra in his time between Catholic and the others. He is trying to push himself as the Christian candidate of the South, while his messengers foul the air with sanctimonious growl about Muslim ticket, talking about his own master, Tifnumbu Muslim ticket. I am sure Kanu will shock you, back to Kanu again. I am sure Kanu will shock you in his cocoon, especially when he contemplates what he alleges as his sinful romps in hotels. So this is Omaseye going back to Kanu, that Peter Obi and women in hotels. Again, just touching that quickly to prove to you that Peter Obi is not a Christian. Therefore, he's not a Christian candidate. That religious bait. There is a divide here. He is pushing himself as a Southern candidate. Okay, not a Christian candidate anymore. A Southern candidate. His core followers are advancing him as the Igbo candidate. Okay, Igbo candidate again. Christian candidate, Southern candidate, Igbo candidate as well, right? But how do we reconcile the Biafran with an Obi, who even Masob has denied has anything to do with? He said, who even Masob, he said, has denied has anything to do with them, like with a question mark. As Masob said, they don't have anything to do with Obi. Are you sure that Obi is not coming to come and break up Nigeria? Is that not what Obi is trying? That's what Omaseye is trying to put in the ears of his readers. That's how they do it. Okay, it's called dog whistle. Okay, dog whistle, gaslighting. You make people feel like, oh, it's true. Oh, I never thought about that. Oh, okay, that's true. That's what they do. You they get them now? Or you still don't get them? No worry. He said, Shemasob has denied that Peter Obi is their member. Even Nnamdi Kanu will be so shocked, yo. How can Peter Obi do this to Biafrans now? How can he, you know what I mean? He's trying to put that in their heads. You have not seen anything, no. You're going to see the worst tribal, religious, political charade that will eventually implode, like boom, very soon. And like this is the start. They plant them inside your brain, inside your head. You're going to think. Omaseye, Shemasob has denied that Peter B is not one of them. Are you sure? IPOB has denied that Peter B is not one of them. Are you sure? That's how they plant it in your head. That's how they do it. Obi is taking a Machiavellian attitude to the matter. If Biafran impulse will propel him, he will take it. The Biafrans on board believe Obi is their best revenge on the Nigerian state. Now, this is when he now finally put the target on Obi's back. That, you see Biafrans, so, although Nigeria is a zoo, wait, make her finish. He said, they can take over the zoo by acting as members of the zoo. So which means, whether written or unwritten, every Igbo man or woman is seen as a Biafran. They may be your friends, business partners, from other political associates. They don't really see you as Nigerians. Some of you don't know that, Abi. If you don't, okay, go and paste a poster and say you want to be president of Nigeria as an Igbo man or Igbo woman. You will see Yoruba, you will see Hausa, you will see everybody. They will rally around you in a way just for the show of it and all of that. But at the back of their mind, that is exactly how they feel. An Igbo man is a Biafran. Soon or later, they are going to leave Nigeria. So for now, let us pretend that they are Nigerians, but they can't lead Nigeria. We are not going to let that happen. But don't tell them. But if any of them is going too far, please remind them. Do you understand that? Or you don't? Don't worry. I'll take that line again. He said, Obi is taking a Machiavellian attitude to the matter. If Biafran impulse will propel him, like as a Biafran, if that impulse at some point just make him like, yes, finally, I'm a Biafran. What Nigerians did to us, I want to take that back. That's how they feel. They feel like if Biafrans should take over power in Nigeria, Igbo man or woman, he may decide to visit back what they did to the Igbos in 1967 to 1970. They are so scared. They are so worried. So that is what Omaseye said. He said, if the Biafran impulse in him should take over, that don't worry about anything, Obiseo. Don't worry about everything, no. But let's say, have you thought about what if his Biafran thing enter him and he's the president and he decides to take revenge back on Nigeria? You are not thinking about that, Abi. Omaseye and co, they will plant it in your head because that's what they do. That is what the publication is all about. He said, if the Biafran impulse will propel him, he will take it. Who will take it now? As a Biafran, time to revenge. The Biafrans on board believe Obi is their best revenge on the Nigerian state. They can take over the zoo by acting as members of the zoo. You know what Omaseye did? He narrowed down Obi's supporters, promoters. He narrowed them down to Biafrans. He decided to ignore all of you, where you call yourself obedient. Yoruba, obedient Fulani, obedient Hausa, obedient Northerners. All of you, where don't they do everything, going above board for Peter Obi. In the book of Tifnumbu and their camp, Unano exists. Peter Obi is just Igbo. I don't know if that's an insult to you, but this is how they do it. It's called dog whistle. Gaslighting. Once you plant them, before you know it, you go to see all this drunkard, jobless newspaper readers Association of Nigeria. You will see them every morning at Ojota. She those stand still there Ojota sha. I be that one where they Maryland, where you see all of them arguing politics and everything. Those jobless ones there, you will see them. They will begin to say, Omaseye was right. Everything Omaseye said here, I have said it before. And those are the people, they plant all those dirty things in their brain and they carry them into different communities. And you then see this hate, this hatred, this division, these clashes, including killings, that you'll be asking yourself, what in self caused this thing? What in caused this wahala? Now, so it be, but I will continue. He said, hang on. Okay. He said, but this philosophy is nothing new. The private man and public man may not always cohere. In their heart, they are Biafrans. On the front lines of the battle, they are Obi. It is like Mr. Mani in A.B. Yehoshua's novel, who calls himself a Jew but does not believe in Jehovah. He embraces the culture, but renounces its mystery. One of 20th century's top philosophers, Hannah Arendt, obsesses over this schizophrenia in his opus, The Origins of Totalitarianism. He called it, the Obi followers accept Biafra, but reject Nigeria. Oh, no wonder all of them are so mad with this guy. He actually really went for the Biafrans a lot. And guess what? The obedient will never have none of it. He did so much to make sure that OBO is Biafra candidate. Even when the IPOB are already like tearing him here and there. You know that, eh? Oh, okay. He said, Obi followers accept Biafra, but reject Nigeria. They abandon the mystic of the cause, Nnamdi Kanu, and have followed Obi. It's inauthentic saint. It is the pragmatism of the cause. Kanu is the unarmed prophet, sulking behind bars. Obi is out in the open, a bed in hand, better than a bed in cage. You did hear that, eh? Machiavelli warned against the unarmed prophet who fights without power. Elijah was armed against his foes. So was Jesus until he was crucified. They see Obi as armed with electoral quests. It is their own version of the Trojan War. Obi is the Greek gift that they will ride in the battle for conquest. They have now evangelized others from outside the southeast to give a regional legitimacy to their cause. They call themselves obedient, but they obey only one call, the sound of the east. Those in South have been seduced as by the queen of Obi's voice, as by evangelism of the Biafrans. Mind you, they have not abandoned Kanu, but their icon has no power for now. Obi is like Zik, Kanu like Ojuku. One is a flare, the other, a flower. While Obi opts from church to church and beclouds the hypocrisy among political pastors, this is them angry that Nigerian Christians and the Christian Association of Nigeria, they don't want to be part of the APC, Egbekegbe, for picking up a Muslim ticket. And APC, Egbekegbe, they had to go and hire fake bishop, dress them with bishop, different clothes, like costumes. And they brought them to the declaration of APC, Egbekegbe's vice presidential candidate, Shetoran. So, and APC, Egbekegbe, they didn't forgive Christian Association since then. Like, how can you people be so mad? Shekolu never try for you, ni. He never give you enough, ni. Why are you people so kind of hateful? This is Somaseye hating back at the pastors. He's right, oh. Majority of them are political pastors, so pastorpreneurs. That's what we call them on MaiyegunsDiary political. Pastorpreneurs. All of them be job men, businessmen, and women. Now will be the commodity whether they trade. As it is, Omaseye Sam, took a dig at them too. He said, while Obi opts from church to church and beclouds the hypocrisy among political pastors, the nation watches as his sectional army taunts and harangues others. But Obi will do nothing to restrain his rabble because he knows they are doing a good job in keeping the faithful within their own bubble, where they reinforce their own self-delusions. That will last until their last call at the polls. This is not the time to interrogate in details the false intimation of Obi's agenda and the hypocrisies. But it is safe to say one thing. Before he peters out and utters towards an electoral obituary, the country knows the content of the crowd and its origin. They are a caterwauling group trying to seduce, without much success, those outside his ethno-religious tent. Sheri wiri, she gboro lenu wiri. Now so he say na obituary unabi. Say all obedient, obedient. Una go have to get used to it too, because to me, some of your emotion is running riots. Election time is here and all of that. You are not paying attention to detail. And since now emotion they run riot as we speak, everybody day para and all of that, you are about to be scammed again. This time around, they go really pain. But I am here to see it. I don't want to discourage you. That's why I'm like, if you, okay, I'll say obedient. Obedient. This is when they said that an obituary be. Obituary ke. Almost everybody para. Almost. Before you know it, they don't publish Sam Omaseye's obituary picture on social media. Within 24 hours after this publication, Sam Omaseye that was sounding lyrical in this write-up. He don't they shout, P2B call your people to order. Oh. P2B call your people to order. Oh. They are threatening me. Oh. You see, a columnist that left his mobile number on his on the newspaper, national newspaper. You know what people did? They just said, well, make all of them help us call. They tell people that please call Omaseye, and say, how are you? Oh? Today is his birthday. Oh. Say hello to him. Oh. Baba, enote. At the back page of the Nation newspaper. Everything I've been reading to you earlier, this is it. Now, Omaseye is asking Obi to stop his obedient votrons, because he can't be like say everybody they para. I know. As it be, it can't be like saying that the anger of NSAS, you know that anger of NSAS. Then that is the anger that is brewing up again. Oh. I can tell you, and you see that anger that time. Anyone will tell them say this thing no go be, or you come out like that, you come at them like that, or you go collect them be army of angry young people. Nigeria is a place that the system has managed to suppress people. They've suppressed people so much, right? That people's angers, rage, that they have bottled. It's like putting something in the pressure, right? You know that Coca-Cola, very warm Coca-Cola. You know, say don't warm. Coca-Cola tara te con. You know that one we say Coca-Cola tara te bono to te con. We don't hot. You can't shake them. You know it's bottled, pressured. You can't shake them. But if you overshake them, that bottle will break. But if you shake them, you can't open them. Baba na rush, anger everywhere. Majority of the Nigerians that you are seeing right now, they are damaged. Nigeria damaged a lot of them. And many of them, they are not receiving the best therapy, counseling to help them. They are angry. Those bottled anger. Some of them believe that now from Peter Obi they go show them. They said that they are screaming on social media. Even on this platform, I have my people here who kind of feel they don't feel good that young people are trying to validate the election of a country that is about to collapse, bankrupt. You not go do election, with the way things are going. You not go get election. I mean, you won't even have time to say you won't do any election anymore, because around that time, chaos go don't be everywhere with the level these guys are going. So MaiyegunsDiary political, my friends here are like, no, all of them they don't have sense. I say, Baba, calm down. Oh. Some of these obedient, are mad people, and Nigeria turned them to that mad people. If 2020 is too far, you know, today remember much, I will advise you, when you have time, go onto YouTube and start watching all the NSAS videos. The reaction of people, what these young people said, and everything they did back then. Maybe that will refresh your memory. To me, I think say, it be like say, now that rage, anger that is in them right now. And you see, if you have children, I've got two now, right? If you have kids and you give them soft drink and they have too much sugar in their system, you need to let them jump up here and there, jump here and there, so that they can release that energy. Nigeria bottled all of their frustration, right? As it be so, as everything they shake so, no go mistake, go open the Coca-Cola bottle of problem, because some of them now their frustration, what Nigeria has done to them. They don't care if Peter Obi no get any real solution. Solution day. Well, Peter Obi hasn't explained how we are going to manage the fiscal federalism, which is the reason why Nigeria is tearing apart economically as we speak today. See, Baba, forget. Peter B knows what he's going to do. Let him get there first. You still say that one normal? It's not normal. Because they don't want year at Tifku. They don't want year Tifnumbu. So that frustration, that anger, now dear. So that's why I'm advising you. You don't need to advise them. You don't need to, if you are not prepared for it, because some of them, what they are, what they are, spewing out there is coming from that frustration that Nigeria has brought upon them. So that's why I said I enjoy it. Me personally, none of them in any way is convincing. By the way, we know what the problem is. See. So people are like that. Now they can't say Peter Obi, all of you, everything go end in obituary. Oman say you the crazy. You want us okay? So because you think everything go end, so everything go end in obituary, so that you can then go and bring this man. We go to grow. What's it called that one again? Wait, be that thing again?
Reticulation of road gaps to create green land, fertile one, to produce sufficient pharmaceutical vegetables and others that we.
That's what I wanted to remember. Pharmaceutical vegetables that help heal our body. Let him explain.
Reticulation of road gaps to create green land, fertile one, to produce sufficient pharmaceutical vegetables and others that will heal our body and grow food for ourselves.
That will heal our body. The man knows saying sick, he need Igbo. Igbo is good. They recommend Igbo for people who are suffering dementia. Do you know that? You don't have to smoke it. You can take, what do they call them again? Shana wheat oil or something. So Tifnumbu, that one will be obituary. You know they enter for obituary. So Omaseye wants the young people not to end with obituary, but they can end up with where they're supposed to buy wish year for. So people were mad, seriously mad. They call the print of Massey's, is it the color? The print is, obituary. They call the column. Send text message, say RIP, RIPO, Orunreo, and all of that. So the first person well, it's not the first person. The other person who tried to also attack the obedient. I'm telling you, see, you should always. I'm saying something like, I know something when I was reading my 48 Laws of Power. Yeah, it says that you have to choose your enemy carefully. I can look for it. I think it is law 13. 48 Laws of Power. It says. So, yeah, choose your enemy carefully. Don't offend the wrong man. Frustrated Nigerians, they believe that they have the political will to take back their destiny from the people who have already traded everything. Nothing is left to take back. You consider somewhere, can't they disparage, tongue lash the people who have told you they don't want to be part of your election, the Biafrans, the IPOB. You still have to drag them into this in order to perfect the plot, your tribal whatever plot and all of that stuff. You see, you have to like drag them into it. And today, the other person, his name is Reno Omokri. Reno Omokri, also working for Atifku, decided to go after these OB supporters as well by linking them to IPOB, trying to rubbish the legitimate advocacy of the indigenous people of Biafra, something that many of them have always maintained grave silence when Nigeria was killing them, right? But when it is politically useful to play the ethnic and tribal card, they could use the Biafrans for that too, by bringing them into their useless plots. That is one of the reasons why I decided I'm going to read that letter. I'm going to read that column. Whatever Omaseye they get, make him manage them like that. Because some people who are the victims of what Nigeria has become, they wish they have a way of turning back the hand of time and avoid all the calamities that APC brought upon Nigeria, the divisions, the killings. I mean, come on, man. If I happen to be one of these guys, if not me, how do you think I'm going to see Nigeria? Look at the guy at the far left. That guy. And then apart from the guy in the middle, 5 of these guys are the Kaduna-Abuja railway that, terrorists kidnapped over 100 people and then killed over 18. So, and they have been releasing these hostages after ransom payment. So, the last time they released the hostages, the second to the last time they released 7 and collected 800 million naira. This second time they released the Kaduna-Abuja train passengers, those victims, they released another 3. They collected 200 million naira. Now, they have just released this 5 yesterday, I believe, right? And how much they paid for their release is currently undisclosed. But let's hear from this man, the one at the far left.
The situation is really dire and terrible.
Okay, can you say about your experience in that place?
My experience is really terrible. I mean, you can see I just finished shedding tears of joy that I'm feeling. I mean, I have returned back and I'm going to be reunited with my family very soon. Now, quite frankly, it's not the experience I've been through. I mean, the last 4 months is not something I would like even my enemy to go through. Because I mean, there was barely food that for people to eat. We were hungry for the last 3.5 months. I mean, we were quite surprised in the last 2 weeks. We actually, they started bringing food stuff that we ate, and we were actually okay in the last 2 weeks. But then for the first 3.5 months, we were actually very hungry. And when I say very hungry, this is an understatement. I mean, there were days that we go and just eat once. We ate once on certain days. And just imagine there are children that are barely 1 year. I mean, a child that is barely 1 year old and a 90-year-old person feeding once a day. Just do the math. I mean, when you talk about medication, I literally was the medical doctor on camp. I was treating the captives as well as the bandits, or I would say Boko Haram members. There wasn't medication. To be very frank with you, we heard on the radio somebody was claiming that they would bring medication whenever it was needed. There wasn't any medication on camp. I mean, we could go days. There was a day that a particular lady who had malaria. So malaria, you could treat malaria with 1,000 naira. But this lady literally was going into coma because there wasn't medication for her. I mean, there wasn't medication for her malaria. So the situation is really terrible. Really.
Any molestation, beating?
Well, I personally did not experience any molestation, but then some women on camp claimed that.
So there is a continuation, okay? Let's listen to that before I wrap it up.
We would bring medication whenever it was needed. There wasn't any medication on camp. I mean, we could go days. There was a day that a particular lady who had malaria. So malaria, you could treat malaria with 1,000 naira. But this lady literally was going into coma because there wasn't medication for her. I mean, there wasn't medication for her malaria. So the situation is really, really terrible. Really.
Any molestation, beating?
Well, I personally did not experience any molestation, but then some women on camp claimed that there were attempts at molestation. But I personally did not experience this, and this happened in the first 1 to 2 weeks after we were held captive.
Your final advice to the federal government regarding the condition of the remaining captives?
Well, I would like to call on the government to do whatever is necessary to rescue these people, because these people are in a very terrible situation, very terrible. They are very hungry. There is no medication. I mean, when we left it was needed. There wasn't any medication on camp. I mean, we could.
So that's somebody who spent over 4 months in the Boko Haram's camp as a kidnapped victim. So you saw the video when they were flogging some of them about a week or so ago. Well, the whole thing still borders down to negotiation. So we know what they have done. We know that many of us are just, awaiting victims too. But again, as you lay your bed, so you lie on it. Do not blame anybody when the consequences of your decisions comes back, okay? I have been reading somewhere. In fact, some of them are already saying they are now using if the 2023 election hold. And some people are saying, why are you using if? Is the election not going to hold? So no, I'm not saying it's not going, but are you blind? Are you deaf? Can't you see what is going on all over the country? So even if they are telling you that they are not biggie, is that how dumb you are that you can't see that a lot that is going on are enough not to conduct any election? Do you need any soothsayer or somebody to say to you slowly? Now, some of them are they are now using, I'm talking about your politicians now, they are now using if the election hold, if the 2023 election. So why are you using if? If it's like maybe, don't worry. Maybe December is just about 4 months away, Abi. It looks so long. It is so short. I want to take calls tonight. So meanwhile, let me ask you one question, by the way. So many of you who have been watching Mayegun for a while, okay? Tell me, do you find this video and the audio perfect enough that you can't see any lagging that is so concerning that we can leave our broadcast this way, get some of the graphics that will get into it, as long as the message is clearer and louder? Would you love it this way? For Mayegun to always bring it up this way, not too much lagging, slow, and all of that stuff. I will read the comments and I'll take some calls too. Now, if you haven't signed up as a member of this platform who wants to join us on the Yoruba Union, you can still do so now. Correspondence on that signing up has been fixed. So if you sign up now, you confirm that. If you go, all of us who have signed up, you can take a moment and go back onto your profiles, do some updates, and then you will get the confirmation from the platform confirming that your account is superb. Now, if you haven't signed up, you can do that. In the next couple of days, we are going to open up the part where we are making it interactive, right? Where if you post anything on there, other people can come and say, hi, princess, hello, prince, all that stuff. And it is going to be for those who are members who signed up, or else you won't see anything for you. So I'm going to take a few calls in a moment. And if you want to be part of this, I'm going to say, bring out your phones, right? And then save the number on your screen. WhatsApp call only, by the way. Don't try to phone it directly. You will never get in. Don't call my direct number and think that I can bring you through the back door. This is the only number we have for now, and that's the only number we're going to use. When I get back, right, I will start taking calls. Have you actually liked the video, by the way? Have you liked the video already? You've been here for a while. You've never taken time or a minute. Maybe you should now when we take a break, okay? Like the video, share it if you haven't, okay? And subscribe onto MaiyegunsDiary Political if you love this. I mean, it's free. I'll see you in a minute. Don't go anywhere. A quick break. I just missed the call, and I think I got them back. Hello. Hello there. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Mayegun, how are you?
I am very well. Thank you. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. I'm all right. You know, it's good that I got you today. I said I would do everything possible to get you on the phone today.
And then you did.
It's like, yeah, it's like, you know why I wanted to call in today, because if that is not your topic, I would have also talked about it. I'm very surprised that was your part of your discussion today.
Trust me, now I won't miss it. And if I miss it now, I will always want to do that, because I couldn't miss something like that. I saw it and I knew the damages it was intended to do. And so I had to touch it.
My brother,
sir,
when I saw it, I said, this Mayegun is something else. You are just everywhere to pick the hottest news. I saw that news. I saw that news. I was like, I laughed. You know, I laughed. I said, this Nigeria is very interesting. My brother, you know, it's not, I just want to see it from a very, maybe a different perspective.
Please.
And that is very simple. You see, this thing is kind of indications that Nigeria is definitely going to collapse. Nigeria is going to divide. These things are like indications. For example, this same Niger, they built a rail line. They built a railroad all the way to the Niger, the same Niger. The same Niger, some of them personally or however they did it, built refineries over there, refining crews.
I just don't want to be saying too much, for the counts, honestly, but I'm glad you mentioned it. Go on, sir.
So, you see, this is an indication that they know that someday that they cannot be able to hold this contraption anymore. They are doing everything to keep it together, but they are having that feeling that someday it might no longer be easy to hold together.
No longer tenable anymore. Everybody will eventually have to go their ways anyway, the way this is going, of course. So they would rather...
My brother, that is just the way I want to contribute this, because when you look at it, you see that it's very obvious that they know that something is not right. They are doing everything they can to do whatever they can take out, because some of them know that that is their home, where they came from, and come to worse, they will have to go over there, because they are Nigeria. They are trying to couple together, cannot even accommodate them.
You know what somebody told me? They said so many of them are doing all of that to Niger Republic because when all their crime catch up with them and the whole world is haunting them, they will find a solace, a sort of a sanctuary in Niger Republic. They will protect them there.
Yeah, that's another truth. The person is not far from the truth. That is exactly one of the truths. That could be their reason. But my own point is that it's part of an indication that someday they may not be able to hold this iniquitous entity. I'm telling you, because look at that. Children have been on the street for how many months now, roaming the street. They say they don't have money to pay the lecturers, but they have money, a whooping sum of 1.something billion to buy SUV for Niger. Imagine that, my brother. So these are the things. Finally,
yes,
you see, one thing I will summarize with, you see, at times we are trying to preach all these things to put it on record that we said it.
Yes.
But Nigeria has a way, honestly, it has a way to make people realize their mistakes. And why do I say that? Somebody says if Nigeria happens to you, Nigeria is gradually happening to everybody. Those who were attacking us for calling Nigeria contraption, I know a very close friend. We got into very big misunderstanding because I addressed Nigeria as a contraption. She felt so worried, and she attacked me like
kind of upset.
And we got into a very big misunderstanding. But the same person 2 days ago, my brother, guess what?
Yeah. What?
When Nigeria happened to you, you will be forced to withdraw the garbage you voiced out.
You know what they tell us what's happened first. I would add something. Tell us what happened after 2 days ago.
This person went and bought a house, bought a land of 30-something million naira.
Right.
Now the dollar is on this increase. She's no longer very sure of that money invested. So she was quickly and hurriedly trying to get her money back. She went and sold that land. And when she sold the land, she lose about 5 million naira from the investment.
From that investment. For how many years and you know what she's bought the land?
My dear brother, I was not even interested to know how long. The point is that Nigeria have really happened to this person that loves Nigeria so much.
You know what's in, Baba? You know something, Nigerians always, like we said many times, right? So many times, Nigerians don't really dislike bad things for real.
Yes.
Most of the time, they don't like them because they are not the ones doing them.
Yes, exactly.
Do you get that now? That is also the same thing as well, that Nigerians can pretend something is not happening if it's not happening to them. If it hasn't happened to them, they can argue with you, fight with you that something is not happening. But guess what? When it finally happened to them, then they will also come back with so much passion to tell you that, man, this country don't fail. This country can never be better again. Man, you know what happened to me? You say, hey, what's happened? What happened, sir? What Why did you say Nigeria can never be better again? My brother, forget it. Nigeria can never be better. It don't happen to Rambi that. That's to say, many times it is because what we are talking about, if it doesn't happen to some of them, to them, it doesn't exist. It's not happening. And it's unfortunate.
You're absolutely right, my brother. In fact, I don't even want to say much. That's all I want to say. I want to encourage you. Just ride on.
I will.
This thing we are doing is really, really the right path. Because those that were attacking us yesterday, they are either silent today or they are now trying to cover themselves in shame, or even because some of them don't have the courage to come out and say, let's break it up.
Now, Baba, where the strength? This Nigeria, they burn people. They burn them. They sweat inside their inside. Eh? So even if you want to pretend, Baba, where the strength? They know to get the strength to even to fight again. You can tell, but give it time. December will soon be here. I just told everybody now, right? What happened in Venezuela is about to happen in Nigeria. Nigeria will no longer be able to meet up their import financial expectation anymore, right? Things will begin to go off shelf gradually. Traffic will begin to build up because petrol will not be delivered. Then other things will begin to miss. Many people will think, maybe it's just, Venezuela is already knocking. If their Senate resume, if na Tory, Pankere, all of them are supposed to go get them. Beat Buhari, beat Pastor Ruga, make them leave you alone. But if you don't, get ready. My brother, sir, you have a good one, eh? I am going to get another person on the phone. Here we go. Hello there.
Good night,
Baba, where you even they live safe? Sometimes I go see German number. Sometimes I go see another place. So, Baba, which okay, I cannot tell you, but that's how I feel. Oh, every time where I just check and it's you, and I'm like, where is he now? Where are you now, Clemo?
The Kentucky woman do American number. Our family in
Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's a good one. Then I know where you are. So how are you, Baba?
I swear to God, Nigeria is pregnant. Baba, Nigeria is pregnant.
Tell me about
Nigeria is pregnant. I want to know you. Nigeria is pregnant. And that means they're about to give birth. Give birth to what? That thing that happened in Venezuela. But the obedient people, I wouldn't downgrade them. They will give birth also to obedience. To Obi. If at all there is election.
If there is.
And now Obi will now be... Yes, now, Obi will now be kept in incubator. He's already sliding towards that range. And someone asked how many months pregnant. I think they're about, 2 months. We have 7 months to go, 2 months.
How many months, but you shall not say it could deliver by December.
Nigeria is pregnant. Nigeria is pregnant. And we are moving towards Venezuela. What happened in Venezuela started gradually.
Hey, now.
Before they need, they did not have sugar anymore, no water, no oil.
Clemo, they are not.
And we can see. Yes, I will give them our people who might not believe what I'm saying right now. I'll give them a typical example. Wheat. Now they say bread. The price have gone haywire.
Yes.
The price have gone so up. It's not good conducive anymore. Only because of wheat, which is being imported from a war zone area.
Ukraine.
War zone area. They're trying to get in my financial. Imported from war zone area, Nigeria, we have shortages in the importation. Now, what does that lead to? High prices. Economic analysis at the beginning, that's where this topic is leading us to.
Yes.
Because cost of production is getting higher.
Yes.
Cost of your resources which you use in producing is getting higher. The moment it gets higher, your price cannot remain the same because you want to make profit. And this is a simple analysis of demand and supply. What is demand? Demand is the higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded. The lower the price, the higher the quantity demanded, supplied rather. So now, what does that imply? That means we have shortages of oil being imported because our foreign exchange, this thing is not enough. What does that lead us to? It leads to increase in price of oil. Because NMPC wants to make profit. Exactly. NMPC Limited wants to make profit. through profit making this thing, they are not remitting anything into the government. Rather, the government is now subsidizing, using borrowed money to make equilibrium.
Yes.
Equilibrium is where demand and supply meet in the middle of that graph. Exactly. And it's impossible. That's why I keep telling our obedient people that it's not, we don't have any problem with Peter Obi, but the fact still remains, there is nobody who can change that country. First things first, we kept saying these things. We don't speak the same language. We don't have the same culture. We don't even eat the same food. We have separate regions. During the time of Awolowo, why did they work so tremendously for we the Yorubas? Because we have people who had foresight.
Yes.
We had free education. Yes. We had Yoruba land was the breeding land for the all other regions in Nigeria who they were looking forward to. Because we had everything first in Nigeria started in Yoruba land, Ibadan to be specific.
Exactly. We told them.
And where are we now?
And we showed them.
Exactly. In Cocoa House, Ibadan, they use cocoa products to build the first skyscraper in Nigeria.
Yes.
The first housing estate, Bodija.
25-story building.
Exactly. Yeah. So now, I mean, the fact still remains that Nigeria can never work. If Peter Obi, if God forgive me, Jesus Christ, nothing can ever work in Nigeria. Take it or leave it. And now that's why we keep clamoring and we keep working on your great work right there with the websites. Let's try and register on it. Let's keep our donations up. That we want our nation, because it will be more beneficial to the indigenous people of their different regions. So now, give me a basis analysis. If we go in the news today, channels, TVC, Arise News, you only hear about sad stories. And the so-called Peter Obi himself, bring him out. What do you have to offer us? You will tell me, I want to create jobs. The people have to have jobs. When you have which job? You will tell me textile industry in Kaduna and Sokoto. He never talked about even where he comes from.
You know what people don't know about, something that people don't know that we are smarter to see is that if you look at Peter Obi and you take out all of the old razzmatazz around him, okay, and you begin to you begin to check, you realize that the idea of Peter Obi, as good as they are typical Nigerian idea, which is that Peter Obi wants to be federal government, right? So when he becomes federal government, right, is the alpha and omega that will say, I'm going to put industry here. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put that one there. Or more. That's the same typical Nigeria. Now, Buhari no establish Air Force base to Daurani. Exactly. No build University of Transportation for Buhari in Daurani. Is that not an institution? Who is going to fund it? Nigeria.
Have you forgotten doing this campaign?
Our industries ourselves with our resources, regionally, without federal government.
Yeah. And now, Peter Obi is still talking about we have to deviate from oil to agriculture when you don't have security. All our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, our brothers, our cousins, our nephews cannot longer go to farm. How do you want to establish security? Now, ASU strike, that was one of those things that they claim. We believe so much in Buhari. I never believed in him anyways. But a lot of people always say, the fact of the matter is like, when Buhari was coming like a white angel. This guy resolved insecurity. Oh my God.
Same thing. Of 2015.
Former general. Okay, you want to replay? You can play it.
No, I'm not replaying. I said I wish. I wish we could replay them all the 2015 videos and remind them
exactly all. Promises. And now someone is now coming again like Peter Obi claiming to be a white angel to us. It's impossible. Stop lying to us again. If you are accepting this lie, you must be a big fool, blind, deaf, and dumb.
Thanks.
62 years, no recovery, nothing is going on.
Because of our time.
Thank you, Diana. We can go on and on and on and on.
Clemo, thank you. I'm having this terrible fly here, and I can't really avoid it, and I wish I could just stay still. Hello there. Ahmed, how are you?
Hello.
Ahmed, can you hear me?
Me too.
Because I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. All of us can hear you, by the way, because if I can hear you, everybody is hearing you. So, but can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you, Maiyegu.
Grant.
So, how are you doing?
I am fine, oh boy. It's just that I'm looking hot. You know why? My baba left for Nigeria 4 weeks ago, and he promised me to be back yesterday. I called him again today, like, what's going on, baba? You guess what he told me? See, Maiyegu, I'll call you. I know come back yesterday. Now look at me. Every time I look at myself in the camera, I'm like, I don't know. But apart from that, I'm very fine. How are you?
God bring back.
Eh?
I say, may God bring and come back.
In one piece, so I dey pray for him. But Niger, I mean, just Niger Ogun Day as it be, Amio Ahmed.
Baba, not even say they come in, they say make person go, say making they can't stress so you go even face it. But say your mama bound you with in airport, all those kind of madness.
It's a different one. You have from experience. Sir.
I really enjoy what's going on. Baba, drama everywhere. They see people body. You see the Kaula motor say you come out, maybe say they Kaduna.
Yes.
The one where you where Buhari go buy motor.
We go pay 1.4 billion to supply just about 8 SUV to them in. Yeah, you know that person, eh? Because you be son of the soil.
Kaura no motor, I know some of the children. One around 130 that side Niger in the day.
Yeah.
You see all these Niger people.
Kaura motors.
In Kaduna, anyone who knows Kaduna very well on this platform, if you know Kaduna very well, there is a place they call High Regatta. That High Regatta, if you go there, like you are going towards the train station,
Regatta, because Regatta rings bell. Regatta is a town with that train stop, isn't it?
Along that train station, High Regatta, we call it High Regatta.
High Regatta.
Towards the train station at the end of High Regatta. From that train station,
right.
From airport Kaduna, near airport Kaduna, there is a roundabout. As they come out, NDA this side. If you turn left, as they come from airport, if you turn left, they go inside town around Kawo, Mando, wherever. If you turn right, they enter Briningwari. That Briningwari now will lead you to places like within the taking power, Loben, until you enter Niger, cross Jeba, enter Kwara,
right.
Loben.
Right.
You see that axis, Regatta, if you enter that place, most of the people they live for that place. You know, Niger.
From Niger.
Now those people are them
Nigerians.
But they don't. Any person you see they sell chai. Ola only see people to chai, those kind of things. From that High Regatta and the chai. From that I enter Tudun Wada, Tudun Nupawa, like that. You see that place? If you know how the population of Niger people they there, you cannot even differentiate the Niger and the Nigerians anymore. The Hausa people, you know, to differentiate. What you from around. So if you see person who go come out, if you see Niger person who say, trek one but one and you go contest for councillor go. It's all those time madness.
Because all the people did there.
So they don't make that. You see northern part of Nigeria and Niger only differences. And during some time back, years back, am I still on Niger from Jigawa Tabati Wakanoba, I'm across Jigawa from Jigawa and law from Kazauri, we go enter Kini Amalo Chiri local corner to Padawa, same day, we go enter, we go come back.
They even said that
these people, they
if you are inside Buhari's farm, not his house, his farm, in Daura. There is a part of that
So far.
even though they claim it's Nigeria, but we are talking about hundreds of hundreds of acres, if not thousands of acres of land that enter deeper into Niger Republic. Let's say if you stand on the Buhari swamp like this, there's a portion there. If you move like this, now Niger Republic you do. But in the north, they've made sure that there is no border built, so that people can come in and out like that. And to the rest of southern Nigeria, waiting they know. Maybe waiting they tell them they know. Do they know what is going on up north? Now all those things going on up north, those things catching up with us today now, isn't it?
All those things are not just those I call those. You see Kebbi State. Is there one part for Kebbi State? I don't forget the name of that village. Right. City no separate Nigeria as Niger. City no separate Nigeria as Niger. That place. There is nothing like border. There is nothing like immigration around that place. These people, they come in as you. And most of the people, especially you are from the south, you don't know what is cooking up from the north. For Joko, you keep talking nonsense. What you don't know about, you can unify Nigeria, you can dictate. Do you know the kind of mentality in those kind of people? You don't know. Arayin money south, you don't know. That is, you keep pushing what it is not real. So it cannot pay you. The best thing for us, I'm talking from things I have seen. The best thing for everyone is to be on. Everybody who are on their own, and you understand. I think you are not the same thing. I think there is difference. There is difference. So the boss say more on the people any family. You are from the south. You are in Nigeria. You are from the south. You don't
exactly. Now they told us that they love people from that part. That too is also tearing the north apart right now because the Hausas are beginning to say they are not the same with the Fulanis, and all because the Fulanis in Nigeria are the ones who are welcoming the Fulani terrorists from outside Nigeria, and they are working in cahoots. There's a report on that, by the way. So the Hausas now feel like the Fulanis in Nigeria are inviting Fulanis from other neighboring countries to come and kill them and take over their land. That is going on up north right now. You know that?
When we were growing up, we used to go to the Ruga. We call Ruga. Ruga is like a base of Fulani. We used to go there. Amalo mu pura di nono, amaku pura wale, amaku ro nono, toche milk lara, kini amaku jadi, amaku things. Fight the day. If you touch Fulani cow, igi only the toto man lo, one man penny outside they call him legal. Igi only onda one penny legal man. Nothing to break that. Nothing to break that. Toba women, wala ikuni street on lala, on lonye. They know they use their channel place. Now from there they migrate. From there they migrate. You see in AK-47. Now they carry about. No be today. So you from the south that don't know nothing about the north, that you think that because the northern is supporting your
people from the north. They are good people, they are this and none of that stuff they want to tell you. But they don't see you that way. It's true.
You look at it like, this one is faithful, but you understand? So these things you are saying, it's not story. It is just the reality. No, if you are there, which part today for Kentucky? I'm not far from there.
So make una hook up. Listen, they don't do hook up on MaiyegunsDiary political. Lolo, they ask you where you day. I know you will go and continue that in the comment section, I will say. So Ahmed, tell me, you are watching this video. This is the first time I didn't use all those flashy background and all that. How do you see this when you've been watching? What do you think? The video, the audio and all that. What do you think?
fine.
We can keep it this way, Abi. That's to maintain all this jumping voice and all that over the video and all that stuff, Abi.
Okay, I mean everything they clear. It's perfect.
It's just too white.
Perfect.
Thank you. I will work more on that until it gets even better. Okay, Baba. I just wanted somebody to say it. I've been reading the comments and people have been saying similar things. I just want somebody to say it out so that I can probably grab it that way. Okay, Baba. You stay safe. Let me take another call. We have just about 10-15 minutes to go. I want to take 2 calls. This is the first one. Hopefully, I'll get the second one if I allow this caller to leave early. Hello, sir. Larry. One moment, Larry. I think I'm planning to connect you now. So, Larry, Baba, how are you?
All righty. Yes, sir. I'm good, my brother. How about you?
I am very well. Thanks for asking. So, you always call in towards the end.
Yeah.
This time around is no exception. So, sir, what do you say?
Yeah. Man, I say thanks for your Baba. You be Mr. Lecturer. Okay. You want to preach. Now you be the main preacher. All those who they preach for on top of it, don't forget. They just they preach the main gospel way Nigerians need to hear. But they don't want to hear like that Simeon will be mumu way on top our this thing. Where any baba moka ya now. All this song for ya. I will see you go tabaka. I'm alive for doing about bad. What I call my way around pound. Simeon, I want watch you. I want watch all eyes on you. Yeah,
call the cause nuisance.
Yeah, man, cause nuisance. Well,
Larry.
What I have to say, man. Yes, sir. Anyway, yes, sir.
Yeah, calm down.
Everybody, they para. I'm causing over here. Say that the princess are kind of angula song. I saw because I fresh for in here down Abuja. Why I'm the kilo logo de wale come watch money. I'm the Jerry I made the party. I made my 40 to Yala yen. So money.
Getting to violence in the comment section. I'm just
you talk about my finance. I have it close and on. One they put us to our cotton shell. Oh yeah. Now, Mama, please. Prayer do say teacher I'm gbàdúrà fún wa pé ẹ̀yin ọmọ yẹn náà rí àwọn tèmi adébílẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ àmì pàtàkì nǹkan máa wọ pé àkérò ṣẹlẹ̀. Àdìbíùdù kí ló ń sọ àdìbíùdù àmì náà.
Nínú temple yìí bàbá àjọ òde mọ̀.
Baba, power, you know that you did Baba Gogo now. Oh, yeah. Then please get them, Mama Connie, Mama Connie alone. The Ganjam home. Ma Connie, my berry, oh, yeah. I think Pagon, so money. Osita go and be a man alive, more quick. You got on saying only, my worry, you could do. You know, my brother, he gets a CB. Bí a ṣàbà bá Orlando, ìgẹ́tà síbí ó ní bó ṣe jẹ́. Bàbá yẹn sọ pé a wise man who died at the backyard of a foolish man.
Ìgẹ́tà síbí.
Ó ní bó ṣe jẹ́ ìgẹ́tà síbí. Àwọn ẹnu mọ́kìrì, Mama Ṣẹyẹ, àwọn Tọ́pẹ́ Fáṣùà, a wise man Tọ́pẹ́ Fáṣùà tó tọ́nu economic ni. Ó yẹ. I shocked that. The electric is where I catch that is them. It's just they shake me for body. That's why I bring that topic. Say he get a CB. A wise man who died at the backyard of a foolish man. He get a CB. Oni bo se je gbogbo àwọn tó believe àwọn ọlọ́pọlọ. Wọn ọlọ́pọlọ àṣírí ní gbogbo wọn. You know no. Elébìjẹ ní púpọ̀ nu wọn. Bàbá mi wo èmi àkọ́ kọrin fún wọn torí woro sí woro máa tó bẹ̀rẹ̀. Woro sí woro ọmọ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò jẹ́ síbọ̀ yẹn lè yẹ àwákà ẹ̀ mọ́ woro bí ṣe sọ kò yí ẹ ọmọ wa gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn gbèrè márùn tọ́jọ́ tòjọ́ tọ́ni àwọn.
So Larry ẹ máa sọ́jọ́ ní pé ó yá gbà kó jẹ́ tó bá ti fún ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ ló bẹ́ẹ̀ o kó tó bá ti rí o gbà bẹ́ẹ̀
ọmọ wa lò bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o tàbí ló ń sọ yìí wàá lò sẹ́gẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wàá gbé mi tó bá kú fọtí lù ẹ̀ wàá sáré lò bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wàá fi fọtí ẹ̀ wàá fi jẹ búrẹ́dì ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ ọmọ àwọn wèrè tó wà lókè èmi lóun ní máa kọ fún wọn kán ṣe rere o ẹ ṣe rere.
ẹ ṣe rere
ẹ ṣe rere kó bá lè yẹ gbogbo wa kó bá lè yẹ wá o tán ni o àwọn wèrè Tinubu gbogbo wọn kàn ṣe rere o nítorí pé kí ni ọba tó dá wa sí ògbówó ọba tó dá wa sí ògbóbì o ó fún wa lójú wa fi ń rí ó fún wa ní mú wa fi ń mí ẹnu etí ta fi ń ta ní a lè fi gbọ́ràn so gbogbo ẹ̀ ẹnu tí a ní a lè fi jẹ.
Larry, thank you so much, Baba. Make her take this one, and then we will call it a night. Let me see. Hello. Oh my God. Yeah, I just lost that. Okay, I'll take. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, ma. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. Ekale. Ekuche takuntakun. Ledumari will continue to strengthen you. Adema Funishi. This 37 states of Nigeria. Ọ̀rọ̀ ìtàpérò. Ó ní àìláṣọ lọ́rùn pàká. Ó tàpérò fún gbogbo ọmọ eriwo. You can see the pattern. Deliberately, they are destroying Nigeria at the expense of Niger Republic. Nigerians are crying, cannot afford to pay the ASU. There has been strike for how many months? The Nigerians are crying because a lot of them, a lot are going under. A lot of businesses are being used.
Exactly. You know one thing, Ma, yeah? This strike on its own, if they understand the psychological damages that it has done on those students who are no longer sure what is it going to be like and when are they going to have their life back. Their life have been on standstill. I've been reading some of them psychologically, right? Many of them have been drained since the last 6 months.
Of course. And all these things, Nigerians are crying because some of them cannot even afford 2 square meals, not to talk of 3. Hospitals are going down, chemists are closing, and now all we can do is to take that amount of money, 1 point something. I think it's 1.45.
1.4 billion to go and buy cars.
Yes.
For Niger Republic.
I don't understand why Nigerians are and Nigerians are just putting their hands to say 2023. Which kind of stupid 2023 is that? The closed border is the south. Why they open border for this?
There's something I want you to say. There's something that people are not saying, and I don't know why. I don't know why people are not mentioning that. Smart. Do you know that the foreign reserve of Nigeria from 42 billion is now less than 15 billion? That means $27 billion have disappeared in 7 years. Nigeria have borrowed over $80 billion as we are talking right now, Ma. Yeah. So, what did they use $27 billion missing from the Nigerian foreign reserve? People are not asking.
What did they use it for?
$27 billion. $27 billion.
And they are still borrowing. They are borrowing on the name of the so-called Nigeria to profit Niger. Terrorist was invited from Niger. Our killer go Niger, not Tiwa. They closed the border in the south. Why the border in Niger area are widely open?
It doesn't exist in it, and it is deliberate.
Oh my show. I don't understand why people still believe I don't understand. That is where it, I get worried. Those people think at all. Wọ́n gbọ́ pé ìlú kan àwọn ebi ṣì ń pa wọ́n, àwọn tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ olórí wọn, wọ́n dẹ̀ túbọ̀ ń fi wọ́n sínú gbèkùn. Ní ìgbà tí ọmọ àlè ìtí Tinubu tó ló máa ṣe deputy òun, nígbà tó máa wí gbogbo àwọn wèrè tó ṣe sunkún restructuring káàkiri, àwọn òpònú ayírádà that are still crying restructuring. And wọ́n dẹ̀ tún fẹ́ sí restructuring gbé wa mọ́ra, ayélujára ló máa pa wọ́n.
Àṣẹ Olórí, ẹ jẹ́ sáré gbé tọ́ ọmọ tó rẹ̀ sùnmọ́. Sorry, ẹ bá mi round it up. Mo fẹ́ bóyá mo lè gbé ọkàn sí kí tó round it up ni. My time is so up, man. So ẹ go.
So Tinubu bá wọlé, ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ fún Yorùbá. Àwọn 419, àwọn gbólógbò sàmà, àwọn àgbà yahoo. Wọ́n lé yahoo wa wọ́n ẹjọ́ àti gbọ́n. Financial plan lo Panadol.
Thank you so much, ma. Yeah, I wish we had a lot of time, but I just want to take one more, then wrap it up. And you and I and every one of us, Onurela Masu, will meet again tomorrow, man. So thank you so much for stopping by. Olori. Oh, I don't know if she's still there. Okay, I'll take this. Hang on. I have here. Hello.
Hello, Michael.
Princess, how are you?
Yeah, Baba. I'm fine. How are you?
I am very well. Thank you for asking. So it's good to hear you, from you. You are going to be my last caller, and we only have about 3-4 minutes to manage. So
I'll be very fast about it.
Right, go for it, man.
Yeah, Maiyegu, whatever it is, the one shall answer, whatever it is that is happening at the moment. If no matter how hard it is for everybody. I said it here, I think around January, that by December, we'll use that 1,000 naira note to wipe our butts in the toilet. And I said it on this program.
Like by the time we get to this, and you are always like so kind of authoritative with what you say as well. They are coming together, by the way.
And I said it that our naira, so but it is what it is. But you know what, Maiyegu? I am happy with the way it is going. Every day, they keep making the picture clearer to us. The country is going to break up. Yoruba people are going to go away. It was said, I think in 2003 or so. America said it. Now the country will break up, but Yoruba people will break away first. They will have little crisis. Obviously, there should be crisis when you break away from a country, trying to get yourselves together and all that. And rebel groups will come up, will know how to handle that. But I am telling you for a fact, Lale, Maiyegu, we are going.
I believe too.
We are going to leave this shit all. We will. The card is on the table there. See, the Buhari building train all the way to Maradi, buying vehicles in Nigerian money, all the way to offset trigger. You on Sunday, last Sunday, trailer cross city ni Begani, trailer Malu Fulani Nikara. And they were trying to trigger people, but people were so calm, they didn't do anything about it. And I was told it happened in Enugu, and there were casualties. They are trying to trigger something. Whatever it is, trigger. If they want to trigger war, Maiyegu, let them keep it coming.
And now, Princess, could that also be kind of also laying credence to what my Lafia told us that they would trigger civil war? Go on.
Maiyegu, there is nothing civil about any war. There is nothing civil. Government in power, genocide. There is nothing about. But if Fulani want to bring it on, Mayegun, wallahi talai, we are ready. We are ready. They should make, and they should not come like they attack in the night and leave.
They should bring it.
They should bring it.
Yeah.
I've told you, Shagamu is like Arizona of Nigeria. You take the. You think I joke sometimes when I say these things?
I know you don't. Because they are facts.
You think it's a joke
about Shagamu, of course.
Arizona, Nigeria, I've told you this severally. That's
right.
Anybody Basheni were lela ni were ta Bashelo modada le Yoruba la lomo to ja were go omo buruku le lojo tie nti mo fi like Yoruba niyen omo buruku lojo tie so to ba ti di pe o fe di woro ti woro everybody a se were si were ni kò sí nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀
to
kò sí tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ Mayegun so en tó kówó lọ sí Niger ta ọmọ Nigeria ò rí school lọ ó mọ ohun tó ń ṣe. And I've told you severally, I love what the Buhari administration is doing. It will go down in history that guy broke this country.
And he's doing a perfect job.
It will go down that Buhari will be the one to break this country. It is not a fallacy. It is not something it is very glaring. We are all saying it. So if we break it up, and I'm happy with whatever it is they are doing, I'm very happy with it. It should still more, yeah? From January to December. Let's just be watching. And law, that is the known fact. Pẹ̀lú gbogbo orí burúkú tó wà lẹ́tí ìlú bá ti wọ bankruptcy, kò sí ẹsẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe tí mo tẹ́fẹ́ lọ mú èkó tẹ́fí briefcase gbowó dání.
Tẹ́fẹ́ lọ ra búrẹ́dì. Tẹ̀ láti kó sínú pillowcase láti lọ fi ra búrẹ́dì. Bàbá ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ti máa wọ̀ pé ọmọ kí láti ẹ̀ ń jà fún gan. What are we keeping again?
Time. Bàbá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sanwó school ọmọ wa tó yẹ sínú trailer. Owó tá máa fi sanwó fún driver tó ń gbé owó school ọmọ wa tó yẹ sínú taxi. Ẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ níṣẹ́ lẹ̀ ya wèrè lẹ́dàá ni. Mo bá ẹ fẹ́ bí gbogbo ẹ ṣe fẹ́ bọ́ sẹ́yìn wọ̀nyí ṣọ̀lẹ̀. Mo lè ti sọ ẹni tí diabetes ti máa pa. Ó yàtọ̀ sẹ́ni tí ìbọn máa pa Máyégún. Ẹni tí ó máa fi òkò tó máa sọ̀kò fún pa. Ó yàtọ̀ sẹ́ni tó máa fọwọ́ rọrí ṣùṣù sínú ilé ẹ̀. Tó máa kú bọ́ ṣe wà èèyàn dẹ̀ kí ń gbénu ilé ẹ̀ kó fọrùn rọ̀ tí ẹ̀ bá bọ́ sórí títì wọ́n ẹ̀ fàyè yín tó ayé ìjọba ṣe ni kò sí ní tó fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ à ń lọ pẹ̀lú bí tọ́ba dé yìí wọ́n ti jẹ́ sọ̀nà ṣé mọ́tò tí ò sẹ́ńjìn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Peter Obi fẹ́ wá wà ní àbáwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé àbọ̀ ń ṣí ara ní ṣé mọ́tò tí ò sẹ́ńjìn bẹ́ẹ̀ ló fẹ́ wá wà kí ló fẹ́ ṣe ń bẹ̀ kí ló fẹ́ dá indọ́sítì tó fẹ́ dálẹ̀ ó fẹ́ ju ẹ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀ omi búlù tó wà lẹ́pọ̀ ẹ̀ òun ló fẹ́ gbì sílẹ̀ ìyẹn ló máa wù.
Odaro. Princess, thank you very much. Emma Nisuru now. Track Emma Nisuru. I'll see you some other time, Princess. So this is where we're going to draw the curtains. Okay, tonight our time is up. I have another caller. In fact, I've got these two callers who have been persistent, but I'm so sorry. Okay, my time is up, and now we'll see you some other time. All right. So if you enjoyed this, remember you can take a minute and still like the video. We were almost 3,000 on YouTube earlier, but guess what? Everybody kept their likes in their pockets and they just went to bed. If you are still here and you haven't liked the video, you can take a minute and do so. Or if you haven't really subscribed onto MaiyegunsDiary Political, you can do that as well now. I'm going to take a moment to say thank you to all my friends, all of you, especially every one of you who have always been standing by Mayegun every now and then. And as we speak, tonight, it seems that we are crossing to 63,000 subscribers on YouTube. You see, I can only be grateful to all of you for all of the time you always spend there. So I'm going to see you some other time, okay? Stay safe, keep it cool, keep your eyes open, keep your ears opened, right? Do not set yourself up for people who are going to manipulate you, defraud you, lie to you, and promise you one Nigeria will get better when you know it won't, right? Don't set yourself up. And if you have already set yourself up, right, rethink, in fact, review all we have said, and then see if you can still stand by that decision. If you still stand by that decision, good luck. But remember this, you must also be ready to stand by the consequences of that decision too. I teach that on MaiyegunsDiary Political. But I'll see you some other time. Stay safe and good night. Odaro.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.